करी एक प्रकार का भोजन नहीं है आपके भारतीयों।
Hey guys, this is the introductory video to curry is not a type of food, sincerely Indians. So I was making my late lunch right now and I was remembering the time that this cis French white male guy was in my room talking to me about how all Indian food contains curry and how the only thing I eat is spicy because I'm Indian and how I should not be mad at him because the British colonized the Indians and not the French. And I got to thinking that I should create a video series that corrects misconceptions about Indians living in India, and that is what I'm going to do. So for today's lunch, I was making dal. This is what it looks like. It's a runny sort of liquid that is made out of lentils. I cooked this for about like 30 minutes for it to be liquidy, and it is not curry. It is liquid based but not curry. Curry is a Tamil word from the south of India that was invented by the British when they ruled our country. Now, let me be the first to tell you, if not one of many, curry is not a type of food, at least not in India. Curry is used for gravy-based type of food, where, for example, you're cooking chicken and you want it in a curry. Now, curry is that liquid that the chicken is being cooked in, it's not something that you can put an umbrella around and make Indian food be called curry. Now, we get a lot of ignorant, racist comments that might not be intended, might not. And I think it's only fair that we try to fight racism with education and not racism with racism, because in today's media enclosed world, I feel like we have so many opportunities where we can Google or YouTube something and just find out, instead of making a blanket statement that might offend the other person, that might make the other person feel unwelcome, when this is supposed to be a global country. I'm speaking from Providence, Rhode Island in America, by the way, where I came to college 4 years ago. And when I came here, I thought, wow, like I'm going to the place. Like everybody here is accepted, all nationalities are accepted, all races, all genders, everything is accepted because America is such a liberal place. Like I was so pumped to live the American dream. But 4 years down the line, I feel like I lived that American dream, but it's not real. I lived an American life, yes. There were a lot of struggles. I faced not so much an overt racism, but I did see and hear ignorant comments that sometimes made me feel like maybe I was better off in my own country, where at least everybody understood me. So my hope for this series to come is that my audience, which is you around the world, whether it be Indians, whether it be any culture or any number of people, I hope to be able to tell the stories of Indians living in India as to how we actually live. Like I'm from New Delhi. I live in a house with my joint family that came to India during the partition of 1947 from Pakistan, from Lahore and from Gujranwala. I have one younger brother, 2 cousin sisters that I live with. I live with my grandparents. I have cars, so I go to school on a car, so does everyone I know. I do not go to school on an elephant. As fun as that may be, it's not true. It's comments like these that are like, that's funny because we're laughing at you, we're not laughing with you. Like it's ridiculous to think that somebody would go to school on an elephant in the second largest English speaking population. Like it's just it absolutely blows my mind that people think that I would go to school on an elephant. And the English speaking part is like a question I get all the time: how do you speak English so well? Why not? It's, as I just said, India is the second largest English speaking population in the world, and plus we were colonized by the British, so you know, like that shit was about to sink in. So it's things like these that make me want to be able to educate people around the world, or like everyone or anyone who is interested in knowing, because I feel like we are ignorant only because we don't have that information, and we don't have that information maybe because we don't want to know, or because we don't know there's not a platform. So I would like to create a platform through my series to educate people, because I believe humor, for one, and a relatable sort of education is easier to relate with and get people interested in another country, another culture, another tradition. And it's pretty fun. Like it's nice to know where other people come from, what their houses look like. I find that fascinating. Hopefully in a couple of videos I would love to show you where I live, what I wake up to, what I see outside the room, what my street looks like, how I don't live in a desert or in a jungle. We're not from Jungle Book. It's a metropolitan city. Most big cities in India are metropolitan. And I think it would be great if I was able to show that And more than me, I really hope that my fellow Indians would like to join me in trying to educate the audience around the world about what it is to live in India from all parts of the world. To me, the association that I make is the one that the media has presented me, and that's fair. Like, we make up images in our head based on what we see, and what we see is through either media or through movies. Now, Slumdog Millionaire, as great as a movie as it may be, has clearly made a perception of the country that tends people to think that we all live in slums. While disparity, economic disparity to be specific, is very prominent in India, I don't think that the imagery provided is a correct perception of what the entire country looks like. It's not fair to be able to take one movie and make that as a poster child for the country. So I hope that my series Curry is not a type of food sincerely Indians can educate not only the audience, not only Indians around the world, but also me in learning what my culture has to offer. So I hope that you stay tuned and come back, and I am definitely looking forward to correcting some misconceptions really soon. Thank you.
पसंद करें, अभी ग्राहक बने, साझा करें.